1 week ago, I decided I wanted to make a 3D animated movie, but I didn't know how. But I also thought with the advancement of AI, I could likely make something cool. I started by drawing a rough sketch of what I wanted, then I went to ChatTVT and paid for the pro version. I thought he might be able to create some still images for our storyboard, and then all we had to do was find an AI that could animate these images. But he was incredibly inconsistent. I even tried training my own custom bot, but it was still horrible. Before long, I had exceeded my maximum number of images, and I got banned from ChatTVT for a couple of hours. I was outraged, because this wasn't some free version of the site. Why was I paying for a version that had limits? Without finishing the storyboard, I decided to move on anyway and try to animate some of these images. But the animation looks, well, AI made. And it can't do anything beyond just basic movements. I started looking at alternatives, like how do you take a 2D image and turn it into a 3D model? And then you can just rig and animate that model. But these tools still have a far way to go. And since I didn't know how to model a character, I was uncertain that I would be able to fix the imperfections that I needed to fix to make them work. After spending a couple of days of researching and trying AI tools to try and make an animated film, I started to feel discouraged. I mean, I had sold my house and invested every dollar I had to start a YouTube channel making films, but I could not for the life of me figure out a way to make a good 3D animated film. My wife sat down next to me and said, why don't you just do it yourself? Her advice was to stop looking at AI-driven shortcuts and just take the time to learn how to model characters, build scenes, rig, and animate myself. It was an extremely daunting task, but I knew she was right, and I also knew I couldn't do it alone. Since I know pretty much nothing, I searched for the best 3D software courses for beginners and came across this one here. For $200? That's how much money I made showing my superhero film in the theater. Could I really justify spending it all on one course? Nah. I just searched for the course again on Google and clicked on their ad and found the exact same course for $30. On our first day, we made this lighthouse scene entirely from simple shapes, and on the second day, we made a dungeon. And that's when I brought my 7-year-old daughter down over to help me create our first ever 3D animated film. And if you want to see it, click here.